Hi y'all! Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this super cute crocheted shrug. It has this really cute grid pattern, and let's get started. First, you're going to need your yarn and a hook, and we're going to start off by making the sleeves. So you're going to go ahead and make a slip knot just like so, wrapping the yarn around and pulling some through. And then next you're going to start chaining. For each of my sleeves I chained 61 stitches. And so what's important for this number is that you need a number that's divisible by 3 and 4 and then add 1. So 60 is divisible by 3 and also by 4, and then I added 1. So I hit 61. But just adjust that to be whatever size you want your sleeves to be. And so after going ahead and chaining all 61, I'm then going to double crochet 2 rows. As you can see, I'm just going back into that chain and doing the double crochet. This will be the bottom of the sleeve, so I wanted that chunkier look, hence why I'm double crocheting first and not just jumping straight into any of the grid stitches. Okay, and now I started doing a grid stitch that is size 2, so that means that I chain 2 and then I double crochet into the next one. Chain 2, double crochet into the next one. Pretty much you're doing the chains instead of actually going into the stitches below. And the stitches below that you're not going into, you're just going to skip. That way you get this nice grid pattern, and it has really nice consistent dimensions with the 2 slip stitches at the top and then the double crochet along the side. And so I went ahead and did 1 row of this grid stitch. Okay, so as you can see, I went ahead and repeated this a few times. So I repeated doing 2 rows of double crochet and then this grid stitch so that there are a total of 5 of them. And then after this, I'm going to do another row of 2 double crochet at the top. That way it's all of these grid stitches, 5 rows of the grid stitch total, sandwiched in double crochet, just like so. This will be the full bottom of my sleeve. And so now we're going to get to the larger grid portion. So this time we're going to do a grid stitch of size 3. So along that edge you're going to chain 3 and then go ahead and chain another 3 for the top and then start triple crocheting. And then you're going to chain 3, triple crochet, chain 3, triple crochet. So as you can see, I'm counting my stitches over. I'm counting for those 3 that I was doing the slip stitch for, and then doing my triple crochet into the next stitch. Okay, and then for the rest of the sleeve, you're going to repeat this so that you have a total of 6 size 3 grid stitches, and then you're going to repeat that 2 double crochet rows, size 2 grid stitch row, 2 double crochet rows, and then another 6 size 3 grid stitch. If you need any clarity on what stitches to be doing in what row, I have all that information in the description. Okay, and then you're gonna repeat this sort of process to get the top 2. So that involves doing 2 rows of double crochet and then the grid and then another 2 rows. And so for the top part, I actually did a total of 181 chains to start it. Then you can go ahead and line up your sleeve with the torso. So as you can see, I'm trying to count to see how many I actually want attached to the torso piece versus just attached under my arm. So I decided that I would have 4 on each side that I'd leave unattached, and then I would attach the other ones. So I went ahead and took an embroidery needle with some of my yarn and started stitching it on so that both of the sleeves were centered in where they were placed along my lovely shrug. And as you can see, you just pull the embroidery needle through and you go ahead and attach it. And so I'm just going to go ahead and do that for all of the middle ones that I want attached. Depending on how flowy, how attached you want it, you can change how many of these grid parts that are attached, but I just recommend making sure to keep track of how aligned your grids are for both the torso piece and the sleeve, because that way they will look super aligned from the side, even though you did them as two separate pieces. As you can see, as you go along, you just want to keep pulling it tight. That way you get this really nice line. And then I actually ran out of my sleeve and torso colored yarns, so that's why they're two different colors, but I definitely recommend using the same color and you'll get an even cleaner seam. Okay, and then after I attached the top of the sleeves to the actual torso piece, I also went ahead and closed the sleeve part too, doing the exact same thing, starting with my embroidery needle and some yarn and just weaving through both sides and sewing them together. This just takes time, but with patience, you'll make it up the full length of the sleeve, just like so. With the grid portion, I recommend going through the middle of the stitch. That way you're not just like wrapping it around the triple crochets. That way it's actually like secured together in more places than just like in the middle of the grid. But other than that, I'd say it's pretty simple, and you just want to make sure it realigns back up when you have those crochet pieces that form those nice lines of the grid, and also the double crochet portions. But this seam is really nice and you can hide it easily because it's under your arm, so it doesn't need to be the cleanest if you do make any sort of mistakes or misalignments. Okay, and then you just tie it off, and then you have your finished product. Here is the shrug all done. I feel like it's so cute. It's a perfect extra layer, and it's not going to be too hot because obviously it doesn't have a lot of coverage, but I really love the sleeves and just the different detailing you can do with different combos of the grid pattern and double crochets and different sizes of the grid stitch. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I put all the instructions in the description if you need any more clarity. And like, subscribe, comment. Thank you. Okay, bye.